So now we'd like to discuss if you're bringing in content such as images or text from other sources. These might be either Word documents that you've been sent for your newsletter, or maybe there's information on a website that you've permission to copy and paste into your document. But sometimes you'll find that when you bring this content across, it'll bring with it the look and feel that you don't want that the text has assigned, such as different colors or different types of fonts. There's a few ways we can work around this if it's either already in your document or ways to prevent it coming in the first place. So as an example, if the easiest example, if you have already made a newsletter and for some reason you want that information to be now into another newsletter, you can simply copy the text being inside the text box. I'm not copying this external text box itself. I'm selecting the text that is inside it by dragging over it, copying it, going inside this new text box and pasting it. And as you can see, because we're going from one of our templates to another, there's no issues with any of the colors or the fonts. I could also then go ahead and make any obviously changes that I might want to the information if that was relevant to do. However, if you were wanting to bring information, let's say you have permission to use an article from a website, you need to be aware that when you copy any of the content, one, we're here collecting the picture as we go. We're also getting the layout potentially of what's on the website. There's a lot of programming that's hidden behind websites that assign the headings to different positions, the different fonts and different information. So when I copy that and paste it into our document, it doesn't look the same because it's trying to adapt to the template, but it's bringing a lot of things in the background. You don't want to leave it like this as it doesn't fit our template's look. A way to make sure that you get all the information here, which we can see some of it has fallen out the bottom of our text box. I can do Control A, which is a select all, and as you see it's all gone grey, meaning all the text in that box is selected, and I hit the style at the top, clear all. This has stripped back the content that we have pasted in to our own template's body color, font and look. Just for this moment, I'm going to delete that picture. We can see that right now, all the content is fitting in the text box, and I could go ahead and start assigning whatever look and feel of our styles that we did want. In the case of where over here on the website they had the ticks, we might add our bullets, and we now have it laid out in the look and feel of our template. An alternative option, if we didn't want to do it that way, is that when we here have gone and copied, there's a thing called a notepad on your computer. You can find that by going to your starting to type notepad and opening up this little program. It doesn't look like much, but it basically strips out any programming in the background of text. So if I now paste what I had copied from the website, we have the clean copy, no picture and no fonts. I would select that all again, edit and copy, and going back to my document, and I'm just undoing what we had pasted. If I now paste this, you can see it has brought some extra returns that we need to clean up, but there's nothing else that was from the website's look. It's up to you which way you prefer. As a designer, I just find it easier to be bringing in something that I know will be clean from the start, hence using the notepad. I'd also note you need permission, but if you did want this picture to be brought into it, I would be here right-clicking, saying Save Image As, putting it into your relevant folder system, such as images in this case, and then as we discuss in the other section of the videos for inserting pictures, you can go Insert, Pictures, this device, select the relevant picture that you now have and insert. I'm noting that the picture is too big for the information that's in that section as we've lost a couple sentences. So you could either resize Or you could, as we've talked about as well, potentially do a crop, which in this case I wouldn't be cropping off too much. I would probably be somewhat resizing until we get the relevant information fitting in. In a very similar way, if you're sent the information as a Word document and it also has the potential of having these other styles, you can see this yellow heading is up here with a style name in the styles. If I drop this down, you'll see this document has its own set of styles built in, and we don't particularly want those coming across into your template. Now, it's not the worst thing as if you do, as long as you reassign all the text the correct template's look. So for instance, if I've copied that and directly pasted in, it will attempt to update some of it into this template's look, but it's not actually correct to what it's meant to be. Again, these are some limitations about Word that sadly can't always be ruled over. But I could just go and click on that heading and assign our correct heading 1 and our heading 2 that is relevant to our particular template. Again, my preference would be that instead of doing that when I copy from a Word document, I would still put it in a notepad, copy that again, and paste that freshly within this template. I can then go and assign the headings according to what we would want. We now haven't brought in any of this other Word document's content. Not mandatory to go via Notepad, but definitely can be helpful in the long run.